It's the E-Commerce Minute, your daily dose of e-commerce, tech, and retail news with your hosts, Bart Mraz and John Suter. The E-Commerce Minute is a production of Sumo Heavy, a digital commerce consulting firm in Brooklyn, New York, and Philadelphia. Find us on the web at sumoheavy.com. It's the E-Commerce Minute for March 19th, 2018.
In today's episode, voice shopping set to jump 40 billion by 2022.
In today's edition of Things We Could Have Predicted, a recently released study expects voice shopping to surge over 1,900% to $40 billion. This is up from the current number of $2 billion today. The study by OC&C Strategy Consultants followed the shopping habits of 1,500 smart speaker owners in December 2017 and recorded product sales for 2,000 products listed on Amazon. This number comes as more consumers are buying smart devices like the Amazon Echo or Google Home, and mainly by younger families with higher incomes. Amazon will likely dominate the emerging channel as they command the largest share of voice shopping, more than double its competitors. For comparison, Amazon's penetration via its Echo devices is currently at 10%. Google Home follows at 4%, and Microsoft Cortana trails behind at 2%. The study found that voice shopping is most used for standalone, lower value items like groceries, entertainment, electronics, and clothing. It appears that voice shopping is unstoppable and one channel that savvy e-commerce merchants need to pay close attention to in the next few years, if not sooner.
Ooh.
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 I didn't think this was an ooh story. I thought this was kind of like Captain Obvious story.
It is a Captain Obvious story. I actually just used it just for fun. This is gonna be funny, but my toilet plunger broke, and I literally just said, "Order me a new one," and it ordered me a new one. It was here the next day.
Nice, dear lady in the tube. See, I use it to make lists. I don't actually pull the trigger because I'm very fearful of accidentally buying something that should be $2 and have it be $20.
No, it tells you when you do it. It's like their preferred sort of, or Amazon basic or preferred sort of brand when they do it, and they tell you what it is. Or basically when it happens is you say it, and then like if you don't want that, you go, I don't want it. And then she goes, I will send you a list of the next brands to your phone. So it comes up in your app in your phone.
Oh, so it comes up in the app. Interesting. Yeah.
It will order whatever their preferred brand is, which is fine. Like if it's what you want, then just order it.
Is there a selection that's put aside? Is there something called Amazon Choice where they choose specific?
It's their choices. Yeah, it's whatever the Amazon preferred choices.
And it's usually their brand first.
Sometimes, but not always. Depends on what it is. Like if they don't have a basic one, they won't give you that. But yeah.
Okay, so that's pretty interesting because that was the one thing that always can kind of concern me is like I don't want to just scream out, "Lady in the tube," order me toilet paper or order me or bathroom plunger. I'm the type of, I'd rather look at it first and see it. And
yeah, but if you're ordering right, but if you're like out of toilet paper on your toilet, you can literally say what you always order and then we'll just do it.
Right. So in that instance, I'm very good at making the lists and compiling a list using voice. I'm very comfortable with that. But the actual ordering, I just have not pulled the trigger yet.
I tried it. It's great. It works.
So it's interesting. The Echo devices are at 10%. Google trails behind. I didn't think they were that far behind, but I think that's only because they were out of the starting gate a little later.
Well, it's also, Amazon has a store.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you could still shop from Google Home.
Sure.
How would you do that? Will you just have to connect your?
I guess I don't have a Google anything, so I guess.
Right, and I don't know anybody has a Cortana device. Does Cortana just work on their laptops and Surface devices, or do they have actual
building? Yeah, I think they're building devices or somebody.
They don't have a device, but they don't have a device out yet.
No, and Siri just sucks. So there's that.
Siri is terrible. I tried to give Siri a chance over the weekend. We were driving somewhere and we needed a piece of information, and the answers that we were getting back, I wish because we were driving, we couldn't get a screen capture of what it said, but it was just giving us back garbage.
Although I gotta say, if it's connected to CarPlay, it's better. For some odd reason, it's just better. I don't know what that is, but I don't know if it just knows it's a car.
Well, not to get off on a Siri tangent, but since iOS 10, I guess it was, they changed how you activate Siri a little bit differently, and it triggers slower It's not as responsive as it used to be. I
Yeah,
find
Echoes is
myself
so much better.
I find myself using Google just for everything and anything voice related. I use Google. I don't use that Google keyboard that you recommended because that just slowed it down. I
Really?
just use Google on my phone and it works great.
I know we just went tangent on all these things, but back to shopping. Yeah, I mean, voice is going to be biggest. Exactly, sort of the what I said was just somebody just ordering toilet paper because it's last, or because those buttons came out too that you can just order. Now you just literally say it and it comes, right? So for your basics, like you always order, and I bet you what Amazon's going to do is track what you're buying on a regular basis anyway. And when you say toilet paper, it's just going to give you what you always buy.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's
Right.
Amazon's always been good at the predictive selling, and you might like,
Right.
and you bought this before, and here's your history. Yeah, they're very good at that.
Right, but it's
And
great. Like you're
also,
running one. Like I say, you're just ran out or you're about to run out. Just saying it and coming to your house, like talk about the time saving. You don't even have to think about it.
yeah, no, that's true. And since Amazon is so far ahead of the pack already, um, and they're the pricing the devices lower, and
Mhm.
they're actually selling products and devices at a loss just to keep that first mover advantage and get more people hooked into the Prime service. So
But
that's
they've
what
always done that. They've done that
sure.
with Kindles. They've done that with every product they put out there because for them, it's all about buying their products.
Yep, yep. It's always about wrangling you into the Prime
I mean, they could
atmosphere.
literally give away this stuff for free, right? Like here's the actual device for free because you're gonna buy stuff, right?
Yep.
To
No, it's
connect you to
true.
them.
It's true. So let's talk about the elephant in the room or the apple in the room. Where's Apple?
I mean, their HomePod. Ugh, I I'm not an audiophile, so for me, I don't really care. Like for me, the AirPods are fine. For me, the I have Bose headphones; they're fine. Even just the bigger Echo speaker is fine for me. Even the small ones, I don't care. Um, I use it for like the convenience of it, so I don't really care about music, right? Where the HomePod is really based on an amazing speaker, and that's what Google's doing too with theirs. Um, I don't know where it's going though. I have no idea. I mean, they're trying, but Google is always going to win that game, and Amazon's going to win that game for now. I don't think Siri's going
I
to do it
think they
anymore.
they missed an opportunity though. I mean, first they missed the holiday buying season with this HomePod, and I don't really hear anybody talking about it except, like you said, audiophiles. Um, and did an end around, and they gave they were offering better deals for two Sonos for the cost of one HomePod or something
Yeah,
like
and Echo's built into Sonos too,
right,
the
and
new
Echo's
ones.
built into there. So I think Apple really missed the boat again. But you never know with Apple; they could just come around.
Yeah,
They steer the ship a little slower, but when they come back around, they kick everybody's ass. Um,
maybe.
but
I mean, they've tried it with speakers before. Remember that? Like they had that speaker. It was an amazing speaker, and it just went away. But it was
oh,
so
the iPod
expensive.
thing, you stick your iPod on top of it.
Yeah, it was so
It was
expensive.
beautiful and it was great, but then they saw two steps ahead that the iPod, that um, what do you call it? The adapt, the thing, the charger thing that it sits in. They knew that was going to go away, so that speaker became obsolete literally 6 months after they released it, which is a shame because it was a beautiful piece of equipment. But
Yeah,
what I
but
think
also like
Apple,
if you look at Sonos, right? They've built all that stuff in there so that you can stream from anywhere. That's really where that went. You don't
yeah,
have to plug
exactly,
anything in.
exactly. And I think Apple kind of went, okay, the equipment is going, the way the music get there is going to be secondary, so we don't need to build a dumb device to hold the smart device,
Right.
and because Bluetooth and streaming were just coming around back then.
Yep.
Um, I think what Apple did wrong was that they should have released a lower end speaker, a
Hmm.
la like a dot, um, just to get people into the Siri ecosystem, regardless of shopping or whatever. And I think that's a real missed opportunity there.
Probably.
Probably, definitely, definitely. And I know everybody's like, "Oh, Apple, they do this. Everything's so beautiful." If you
Sure.
think that if they would have said, you know what, let's make a beautiful device at half the price to get more of them into homes. What I'm saying is they're missing this advantage here, because if you look at the numbers, you look at the stats, voice is uncharted territory for most marketers. It's going to be the way, excuse me, the people are going to shop, and Amazon's just going to keep winning, and and it's surprising because Apple is Apple more than Amazon is an equipment and hardware company.
Yep.
That they wouldn't do that is just a little surprising.
Well, I mean, is Amazon still just a bookseller?
They sell books?
Right, exactly.
They sell books, right?
They're a technology company.
Right, they're a technology company. Walmart did that.
But hey,
Right.
I mean, an announcement last week that I mean, Apple is what, 920 billion market cap?
Yep, they'll be the first $1 trillion company. So buy your Apple stock now, kids. That's your stock tip for the day.
Too late. Anyway, all right.
All right, you got anything else?
Alexa, what we're buying today?
Sorry, I don't know that one.
Sorry, I don't know that answer. Give me something to buy. I will buy it for you.
All right.
All right, that's your e-commerce minute for today. We'll see you on the internet tomorrow. Sorry, I don't know that.
Sorry, I don't know that.
That's it for today's show. If you like the show, do us a favor and subscribe or leave us a review on iTunes. And don't forget, you can now listen to the e-commerce minute on your Amazon device. Just add e-commerce minute to your flash briefing. And finally, if you have a comment or suggestion or just want to say hi, find us on social media at Sumo Heavy.
The podcast you just heard was recorded with Anchor. If you want to make your own, download the Android or iOS app completely free from anchor.fm/podcast. That's anchor.fm/podcast.